All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this Coldcast presentation. Dreamhack Summer 2013 continues with this group stage match with stayGreen Europe taking on MiTH Trust S2Y. I'm your casting host, Beef, and once again with me is Sender, bringing you our sixth match of the day. We just saw MiTH fall a little bit short against VDT. Sender, you think they got what it takes to give a challenge to sGeu?
I mean, they challenged SG International for a good 30 minutes or 20 minutes. So, my heart tells me, they're very capable of showing us a great game here. But, maybe there's some nerves. I don't know what happened in the last game against VDT, but I think they're capable of at least giving us a good game, maybe even taking the win.
Well, we will see. Right now, they're at an unexpected 1-3. Actually, doing not so hot. They have though played some pretty tough opponents. With, I believe, their games against SG and Complex both already out of the way. So they're going to need to get some big wins here, and one over sGeu would be a very, very big one. sGeu coming into this one 2-0. So they're looking good, but haven't played too many. But Sandra, let's take a look at the draft way up there, starting with the blind bands.
Yeah, surprisingly, they banned Wild Soul and Bubbles. I haven't really seen Zai play Wild Soul since, last patch, to be honest. And Bubbles, too. Bubbles is more of a limp hero. So I'm not quite sure why they chose these heroes, but for some reason they were more scared of these heroes than, say, Tempest or a Lodestone or Rally.
Yeah, kind of interesting about that, Bubbles. And speaking of the Lodestone and Rally, both of those do make it into the lock pool here, along with Tempest, Pebbles, Torture, and Parasite. So a couple of the junglers making it in. Of course, with Keeper of the Forest and Ophelia banned, the other two strong ones do make it, as well as those melee initiators. Taking a look at the blind bands as well, Sandwraith, Moon Queen, Fade, Flux, Deadwood, and Pyro all going to be banned out here. Notably left unbanned, Engineer, first picked, Master of Arms still available. You got Artillery up there as well. We'll see if any of those heroes get picked. Well, MOA and Engineer already picked up.
It's kind of surprising to see the Flux ban. Generally, Engineer is what makes the Flux combo so strong, and Engineer as a standalone hero is just much more powerful. I probably would prefer to see the Engineer ban.
Yeah, Engineer, definitely a very, very strong support right now, and somebody that Fitsky knows how to play extremely well. But alas, Engineer is picked up. Wretched Hag going to be the third overall pick here for MiTH. And I don't know, how do you feel about that Hag pickup?
A little early. I'm not sure if there's anything else they should have taken in the pool instead.
Huh. Interesting.
I mean, there's a lot of directions they can go with this draft. They could run a Suicide Hag, a short lane Hag, mid Hag. MOA could be played as a carry, as a support. Their lineup is so versatile. It's kind of hard to predict what they're gonna do or like what they should do. I mean, they could always go with the Predator. The Legion team's heroes aren't that amazing against Pred. Like Pharaoh is okay against Pred if you utilize Pharaoh to like its best utility against Pred, which is kind of like pushing him with walls and kind of keeping him out of the team fight. But we'll just have to see what they choose to go with.
Well, I'm sure that.
I mean, there's still a Scout.
Yeah, Scout is available here, but how do you feel about this Dragon pick? We don't really see him too much. And there's the Warbeast as well.
I don't really like the Warbeast pick here. I mean, you're dealing with Pharaoh. Warbeast is good against Engineer for the ultimate, but I think I would prefer something else instead of Warbeast, like the Scout pick. But you're saying Dragon. I mean, I still think he's a very powerful carry. He can get really high GPM if you stack correctly, and you have a decent laning phase. You can get to like 450, 500 pretty fast.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing just how quickly he can farm. And of course, that's going to start out with a good laning phase. We'll probably solo the bottom lane with Tempest in that jungle, which means that stayGreen EU will be looking for a dual lane mid partner most likely here. And we'll pick up Pebbles probably as Rally and Tort going to be picked up for MiTH S2Y. And they're going to finish off their roster with that. What do you think about the completed roster of this Thai team?
They forgo the jungler, which is, I'm thinking a smart decision here. Like, usually, unless Parasite can snowball, his late game presence isn't as high. Well, actually, I'm not sure. It's fine. They did pick War Beast. They weren't gonna have the best ganker, so they decided to go with the double dual lane. And they want to shut down the Pharaoh. They're gonna have a range support. They'll probably keep him level 1 to 3, depending on how well he does, how well the creep block is. Do they get the archer in front so in the short lane so it dies immediately? Because small things like that will mean a difference between a level 1 Pharaoh and let's say like a level 4 or 5.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to come down to very, very small things. You think they're actually going to run the double dual lanes instead of a jungle right now?
Is it?
I mean, I would think it's going to be a jungle war beast.
Oh, I was wrong. I called this entirely wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're running the solo top rally, and they're doing a Tort MOA mid.
Well, Rally is going long lane right now with 5 mana potions, though.
No, Hag's going long lane.
Oh, yeah, Hag is already down there. Holy crap, she got down there fast.
This is a really interesting Warbeast build.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very strange. Going to be using the first Hellhounds here, of course, to scout, although Tempest's going to transform those pretty dang quick, like. Where did the rest of Tempest's mana go? Is that... Oh, okay.
I don't really like how they're laning this. I would much rather see Rally middle, not only because I feel like he's not going to be able to zone out a Pharaoh as well as could the MOA. Plus, I really like the Rally dual mid. It's very hard to make mistakes that make you lose your lane. You can make plays that win your lane, but it's really hard to make mistakes that lose your lane, such as being too aggressive or being caught out of position.
Well, they actually have rotated that Rally into middle right now.
Oh, So is he going to run the solo mid rally? I kind of like that because you have a Pharaoh. So if you can, like I said earlier, get a good block on your creep, get the range creep in front. Okay, as he's going back middle. Never mind. However, this MOA has 1 potion. This is actually not that good for him. I could see Pharaoh doing very well in this lane or even winning because 300 regen to 100 regen is actually a really big... Okay, now Tort's back top.
They're just trolling you, Sender.
All right, so look at this good block. This is what needs to happen. This is honestly the difference between a level 1 Pharaoh and a level 4 Pharaoh.
Sender, I was watching that block. He lost that block really early. I wouldn't even say that was that good of a block, man. They will drop the charge shot with the chain reactions here. And
how is this not a good block? He had a range creep in the front, which is exactly what you need.
What do you mean he got the range creep in the front? The range creep got denied.
I'm talking about from the Hellborn.
Oh.
If the range creep's not on the front, then the range creep just slays the creeps, and then it...
all right.
Now the lane's here instead of...
I thought you were talking about Pharaoh's block. Pharaoh's block was not that great.
No, MOA's block was gorgeous.
Oh, okay. Wasn't watching that one. All right, Sender. You win this round. But yeah, Pharaoh going to get denied back very, very hard. Nice job by Score and by Jakob Titan. Middle lane, looks like Mr. Suns is going to be getting some significant amounts of experience, and this lane will push.
I really don't like the decision to go battle cry this game on Warbeast, because you have a 2v1 lane mid that you're not utilizing in it. You have a 2v1 lane top you're not utilizing in it. You're utilizing it in one lane. I'd rather him have a better jungle with leveling up his primal rage.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. In this case, though, he did get it. Hasn't used it quite yet. There was a big play made middle, actually, by Rally. He looked pretty dang good using a compel to dodge a keg, hit a 2-man compel, and then had the creeps follow up with some serious auto attacks, forcing a health potion out of Engineer. And Pebbles is now completely out of regen as well. He'll be donated Runes of the Blight.
I mean, the regen isn't really that important, though. You're in a 2v1 lane. It is, unless the Torturer rotates middle. it doesn't really. Honestly, they want to be using this regen because otherwise it's just wasted gold.
Well, at some point here, they're going to be running out of life, and Warbeast's going to come out of that jungle and kill them all. No, it's just not even going to happen. Top lane, Novi Pirat taking some additional damage as he's just willing to trade auto attacks with his Torture all day. He also went to lane with quite a bit of regen, but he's gotten very, very little experience so far, sitting at 29 experience per minute.
Remember when we were talking about the blind bands earlier, and it kind of felt like it was targeted at Zai, and I kind of feel like their laning phase is also targeted at Zai. They want to shut him down. They want to keep him out of the game, and you know I can't really disagree with that. You know, Zai is a very good player, and he can make a lot of action happen. But if you don't allow him to get what he needs, then he can't really do anything.
Yeah, I could completely agree with you. By taking the Pharaoh out of the equation, you're really going to be putting the brunt of all the ganking really onto Pebbles, as Escape is going to have to back out of the bottom lane. Haxrin on the Dragon, just going to be a little bit too damage oriented with that level 2 Dragon Flame, but not quite a bit. Taking a look at this middle lane though, Rally is going to be at 12-1, no, 11-1 still. CS compared to the 25-7 of Pebbles, Rally's not really doing too bad in this 1v2 lane.
I mean, he's doing better than the long lane Hag is. I mean, that's just a testament to Rally. You can sit in a creep wave and farm it just because they can't really kill you, and you're at no threat, and you're gonna have the experience advantage. So,
especially
just
on
how
the Hellborn side.
With the better block, yeah.
Well, with the better block and the opportunity to get potions if you need them, he is going to take a lot of damage here in the middle lane, but
he has a regen
care. Yeah, he just doesn't even remotely care. Going to even use a compel just to make sure. Regen will be deactivated though.
He should buy a potion, I think.
Could agree with him. Bottom lane though, Haxrin gets the kill onto a level 4 Wretched Hag, and that was just that level 3 Dragon Flame, man, doing work. Hag was really low on life. Oh, dive middle. Going to be going on here. Rally is going to go ahead and man up. There's the Slagmites into the keg. No Chuck being used just yet. Rally will drop. Pharaoh even showing up to the party. Hag TP'd mid. I don't know. That's odd.
It's fine. He's going to get experience. It's not like he was going to defend the bottom tower anyways. Unless Rally wanted to port down there as well when he resurrected. Which he might do. Well,
it comes, that kill in the middle comes back down to him having that regen interrupted by the Pharaoh Rocket. Great job by Zai. And then not buying a potion. Instead opting to sit there at 55% life.
Yeah.
Instead of just spending the 100 gold and the hatchet use to cut the tree down behind him and buy a potion. Like
they were looking to be in a really good spot, but you know, some really greedy play gets SG a 3,000 gold lead at 5 minutes in.
Yeah, not exactly what you want. The Warbeast is having a relatively struggle time in the jungle. Yeah, he's sitting on level 5 right now, but only on 836 gold. So, looks like he will...
Are they pushing?
Are they gonna push? Yeah, I was gonna say, this is kind of crazy.
I don't like this move.
You just spent your entire laning phase trying to make sure that Pharaoh's not going to get any farmer levels. And you're going to give that up 6 minutes in?
I'd like to wait till the 3rd or 4th catapult wave and take 2 towers, to be honest, in this kind of game.
Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of odd. I mean, it's a level 5 Warbeast as well. He has no boots. If he does get initiated on, he's just going to be a sitting duck.
Invis Engineer's coming. I don't think he'll get here in time, though. Unless there's some immediate teleports.
TP is coming in. This should be from Dragon. Mummy Wall is going to be used. Dragon shows up with the Dragon Flame. Pharaoh going to be the first casualty, but Master of Arms drops. Warbeast hits level 6, but needs another 10 mana for the Metamorphosis. They're not going to pursue this. But still, I mean, Jacob Tian, he's been the center of attention for this MiTH S2Y team. They're funneling all their farm onto him, and he just dies right there to get a tier 1 tower.
Yeah, it's definitely not worth it. Now it leaves room for the Pharaoh to farm top as the Hag is doing bottom. And, you know, I really don't think this game was going to get much more aggressive at when SG pushed that tier 1 tower bottom. Like, they didn't really need to push this tower because it's not like they needed the gold in the immediate future because SG was just going to keep farming and farming until Pebbles hit his Blink Dagger. And at that point, they could look for some tower exchanges and just static farm lanes till then and outfarm them in creep score.
Yeah, kind of some odd plays here from it as to why Rally dodged some stalagmites in the middle lane, but
Fitsky places a lane ward mid that should get counter warded because S-Core had one placed earlier by just a few seconds.
So expect that to be dewarded pretty soon here, but that Winged Courier not bringing out any rev wards just yet, so it's going to be a little bit of time. And level 2 Torture.
What about Torture? Oh yeah,
level
2. I mean, that's with a trade-off. You know, you trade off your Torture for their Pharaoh, but then they push the tower, and then Pharaoh gets levels.
Exactly, and the Torture doesn't have anywhere to level unless he's going to go chill with Hag in the bottom lane. And
I mean, he can go to the pole top and get some levels there, but then he's not really doing anything. You know, it's... Warbeast almost has his Abyssal finish. He just needs a lifesteal, another 400 gold.
Oh, bottom lane, Wretched Hag gonna get Elemental Voided. Dragon Flame from Draconis to finish him off. They get 2 Hellhounds as well. And this defensive tower will likely drop. Middle lane, they might try to go for a counter kill. In fact, Warbeast is coming in, has the Metamorphosis available. Compel gonna be used. No chain reaction follow-up to chuck backward. And Warbeast is going to try to go on this. Instead has to kill the energy field. And instead backs on up. The tower drops bottom lane. I feel like that was a mistake.
That's some botched execution. Yeah.
Like, he didn't go for the chain reaction after the compel.
Yeah, I mean, he was a little slow to get out. Oh, nice stun by Pebbles.
That was big.
You know, just a misplay by Torture. You know, missed kill. It's gonna hurt them. Yeah, they should back off, man. No Metamorphosis on Warbeast. This is so risky.
Yeah, no Metamorphosis and no additional mana whatsoever. Gonna be kind of sketchy. Dragon doing some enemy team ancients here. Haxorn feeling very, very confident. I am so surprised that Hag did not just blink right there and drop a Sonar Scream ult and kill Hax. But he's like, there's no way that's 1, a real dragon, or 2, if it is a real dragon, that's not bait. But
yeah, I mean, sometimes mind games like that get to you. Sometimes you expect your opponents not to make these stupid mistakes, and you know, sometimes they get paid off, or your opponents get lucky, and you know, you know what I'm saying.
yeah,
I'm just gonna stop.
It's hard,
But
man.
yes.
It's hard for us. We're operating on not enough sleep and weird times, and I mean, we're pretty far into this day so far. I think we're at about hour 10.
Anyways, Hag didn't want to take the risk. You know, he thought he was being tricked. End of story.
Absolutely didn't want to go for it, and that does allow Dragon to finish up the Sustainer. Hits the jungle now, and we'll start to work on those creeps.
And Warbeast should be finishing the Abyssal Skull. And he has it. You know, he could have just gone to the Outpost, though, and saved some Courier Ferrying. Oh, he wanted mana potions. Okay, never mind. And he's in the top lane. Are they really going to push tier 2 tower? I don't get it.
I don't think so. I think he's just coming here to contest farm. Middle lane TP's coming in, though, as Pharaoh is going to try to get out. Turret does go down quite fast, but it's already done the damage of slowing Master of Arms. And looks like sGeu will just back up.
I mean, you see, when the Master of Arms rotates mid, unless you like actually want to force a team fight, there's no way you're pushing. So you know they just back off, force the port, and then they're gonna go stack ancients, farm the jungle, etc. And you know this dragon's at almost 500 gold per minute, and in about a minute he'll have his ultimate orb, and then in about 4 minutes, so in about 4 minutes time or 5, he'll have a nullstone completed.
Jeez. Portal Key on Limp used right there to bring down Master of Arms, and once again, that was the high farming, high priority target for this team. Oh, Engineer gonna get chucked, and then a compel used. And the Elemental Void gonna clean up Mr. Sun's on Rally. Oh, they're gonna go for one more here. Stalagmites in the auto attack. Not even needed. Limp gets his serial killer streak. This is now going to be a free middle tower, most likely. Warbeast has to use the Metamorphosis to get on out here, and we'll get the tower at least. So that helps out. Wretched Hag tries for a deny. Not gonna happen, but does blink on out safely.
Bat Blast? Confused.
Oh, really?
Do you think he was getting some more support?
I can't imagine who he thought he was going to get support from. Rally, Master of Arms, and Torture were all dead. And Warbeast was at 0 mana with no TP in the top lane.
Well, it's a wasted cooldown. They went up for 2 minutes. You know, it's almost as lengthy as, say, the Tempest Ultimate, only 30 seconds shorter. Or at least left on the cooldown.
Yeah.
And
kind of odd.
MiTH went for Striders. That's kind of strange.
He's going to go for an early post haste. No joke.
At this point, if it's kind of odd to me if MiTH decides to go Astrolabe, which he usually does, but because if you're gonna go Astro, you kind of want to build up your tanky presence. It's kind of the point. So,
God, dang.
I mean, it is a level 3 Torturer.
Yeah, it's just brutal looking. They really want to kill on this rally, but unfortunately, they just didn't have the pressure to deal out. Pharaoh will drop in this top lane, though. Wretched Hag going to go for a blink at a second, perhaps, and just Sonar Scream. There you go. Will get hit by the Glacial Blast and have to blink into the tree. She does not have a TP, and
there's no way she's dying. It's only Tempest, and he doesn't even have his Void up.
Master of Arms going down again. Jacob Tian is having a very, very rough game after being very protected early on.
And we have a 14-minute no-stone dragon.
Ugh. This is not looking good. Compel is going to be used here, and they're going to catch Fitzky with a chain reaction. He's going to drop a turret, but the impalement, enough damage output, so good kill from MiTH S2Y. They're not giving up yet.
Let's see, so right now SG are blocking the Ancients from MiTH Trust, so that's taking away a lot of farm that they, like, see where the Warbeast is farming? He would like to be farming those.
Warbeast and Rally in the bottom lane here. Trying to get away after diving a little bit deep to get a Draconis kill. Pharaoh, no Wrath of the Pharaoh available, so looks like Warbeast should get out of there just fine.
And Limp will actually probably go light brand. For some reason I thought he was going to go push book, but it's probably the light brand. And we have Zai finishing up on the barbed armor. He's only about 300 gold away. And once he gets that, you know, it really changes Pharaoh a lot. You do so much more as a hero when you get that, because people want to kill you and it's returning a lot of damage.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're dealing with somebody like the Warbeast. Top lane, though, Pebble's attempting to kill, but he's going to be the one that goes down most likely. The haunt has been applied, but the energy field containing Wretched Hag and Rally and Pebbles should survive, bottling up in between the haunt ticks. Compel
well, he doesn't have a
teleport.
teleport.
There's going to be a charge Fork Lightning to the air. And Pebbles, yeah, he's either going to have to portal key his way down the lane a little bit, or he's going to have to fight his way out.
They want a man up.
I think they do, and he is going to portal key through. Using the Stalagmites as well. Pharaoh reveals his position and has to stride out of there. Meanwhile, Dragon continues to be a 500 gold dragon.
Yep, he's about to kill the Ancients that they just counter-warded, so it's unfortunate.
What a nice torturer, man. He's like, hey, Dragon, I know you probably want to farm these when you're pushing up in our long lane, so let me deward this for you, and then we won't take it. We'll let you have it.
Yep, you know, he just wanted to help Dragon farm, you know, get another 300 gold, but they're converging on the bottom lane. They want to kill this Hag.
And they will go in. There's the Stalagmites. Chuck Dragon Flame. And Limp gets credit for the kill. They wanted it, and they got it.
And then they'll probably take this tier 2 tower mid as a result of the hero kill.
The defensive master's call was used under Rally, by the way, and Rally is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Glacial Blast into the Slagmites here. Warbeast is still there. I'm really interested to see that he wasn't caught in an Elemental Void. I felt like Tempest... Oh, it was on cooldown. When did it get used? Sender, you're breathing into your mic.
Sorry.
It's alright.
When was it used? I can't remember. I actually don't remember when it was used.
Yeah, I'm not quite so sure either. And Master of Arms will go down. Haxorn getting credit for that kill. The tier 3 tower dropping pretty dang quick. And there's not really much of a response to be mounted.
And they're gonna back off. They don't want to take the risks. Kind of a greedy teleport by Hax, but there's luckily for him, there's no one to catch him.
He's going to go ahead and push out this entire long lane.
I mean, they might just go push the tier 1 tower top.
Yeah, he's going to get 3 or
After
4
they
creep
heal
waves
up.
right now. And
Or he'll just go kill Ancients, which is another thing.
that's certainly a possibility. Pharaoh showing just how much he wants it by stop canceling that Hellfire.
Yep. I mean, Zai's probably a little frustrated. He has literally no purpose in this game right now other than doing a little stacking, showing up for some team fights.
Shooting rockets.
Yeah.
And
Pharaoh's probably one of the most tougher heroes to play if you have a bad start.
especially if there's a Wild Soul in the game.
Wow. Wait, did you just go there?
What?
Why do you say especially if there's a Wild Soul in the game?
Because the bear, he gets in your way sometimes.
Yeah, so you were making a reference to my Pharaoh versus Wild Soul video.
I would never.
Wow, this beef character.
Oh no. Oh no. I love you, Sender. Big shout out to you, by the way. I know that everybody at home does appreciate you coming on and casting with me pretty much all Dreamhack long, providing the competitive insight to my noobness.
So Hag completed the tablet, which I have to agree with. You're facing Pharaoh. It'll allow him to play a little bit more aggressive in the team fights and get out safely. But and also, you know, to help save his teammates as well.
Yeah, I don't mind that pickup at all. He did go for the post haste, by the way, but he did go post haste after tablet, so we're both right.
You know, I suppose it's a fine pickup. It's a little bit like greedy / cocky, but I think they'll get away with it.
Yeah, I think with the position they're in right now, he can most likely get away with that. It's going to allow them to split push a little bit more evenly. And this Kongor attempt that's been going on for a little while is eventually going to stop. Doing Kongor with Warbeast is just not as easy as it was 2 years ago. Kongor's just been buffed too many times. He's a strong guy now to try to solo.
Well, yeah, you don't have the minus armor, and then he just always smashes your face in. So
Yep.
the life still isn't as good as it used to be because you're getting smashed and you're not attacking.
Yeah, and Abyssal Skull just took a nerf as well. So,
Yep.
kind of insane. Top tower goes down, even though Wretched Hag was there.
Do they not have glyph?
I don't know. And the Concord is going to be stolen now.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, with this
rough.
Kongor kill, they can honestly just go hit their base. They have... Dragon almost has Savage Mace. They could wait for that if they want. It'd be the safe play. You know, you could farm 1100 gold before the token runs out. Or they could just go now. They're just gonna get Savage Mace. They're gonna get Grimoire and Pebbles. And then they'll probably go middle.
Yep. That 1100 gold should be here within the next 2 minutes or so if Haxorn continues to farm at his current rate. Hopefully somebody's going to go double stack the Ancients for him, and by the time he cleans up the triple stacked Ancients, he will be a Savage Mace wielding Dargon.
And let's see, we have Minot stacking the Ancients, but I'm pretty sure he's just gonna farm it. And that he will.
Bottom lane, Wretched Hag is going to encounter Dragon. Torture is there as well. Master of Arms showing up. They have 3 players here, but it doesn't really matter. Draconis
I mean, they
not
really
doing too
have
much.
no means to initiate. Their only like point stun that's not targetable is rally, and he doesn't even have either a tablet or a portal key. So their their way of initiating is with either with chain reaction or with like an MOA slow. So it's kind of awkward to make happen.
Yeah, it's gonna be really, really rough, and don't know what they can do at this point. 50 gold for Draconis until Savage Mace. In fact, he just purchased it. I think he might have sold an item.
I mean, I'd honestly expect for SG push out the lanes and then go middle. And I mean, they're bypassing the pushing out the lanes. They're just going middle. I mean, MiTH has post haste that they're free to just go for.
Yeah, he'll probably.
And he buys Basher.
Oh
You know,
God,
that's awesome.
that's
You know, that
that
helps.
is my nuts right there. It's
No, that's Jetpins.
no. My nuts always buys the Troll Basher on ranged heroes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, notably on Flux and occasionally on Emerald Warden. Oh no! Did I just call
Did
it another? Oh no! That was an accident. That was an accident. Just like the other one was too. Master of Arms in some trouble. Oh, Bat Blast gonna hit 3. Compel comes in as well as the Deafening Roar. Elemental Void gonna be going out. Does catch Master of Arms, finishing him. Wretched Hag down as well. Master of Arms buys back, but Rally is dead. Dragon's Token of Life going to be procced now. And Warby's trying to get away. Will make it to the safety of the well. sGeu diving real deep. And Pebbles going back in, chuck backward into the wall of mummies. And Master of Arms goes down. Warby's the last remaining player here from MiTH S2Y, but it's probably not going to matter. GG well played, come on out. And stayGreen EU advances to 3-0. MiTH S2Y dropping to 1-4. Ouch.
Yeah. I honestly, I kind of expected more out of MiTH S2Y. I don't know if they got broken at some point during this day, but you know, after that first showing against stayGreen, I kind of expected more. But you know, the way they lost that game versus stayGreen too, it's like it was like one decision that was faulty, kind of lost them the game, and maybe it's like a pattern, like they're making hasty decisions, or like the team communication isn't as good as it needs to be, and you know, they have some good showings, and then they just like make a mistake or two, and then it spirals out of control.
Yeah, certainly not going well for them there, but stayGreen EU showing that, hey, even if they didn't have to play through the qualifiers, they are the reigning Dreamhack champions, and they're there for a reason. Advancing to 3-0 in the stage now, tied with Complexity Gaming, and 1 game behind stayGreen. They're looking in good shape to advance to the winner's bracket of the championship bracket tomorrow. So we're going to have to keep a close eye on them. Sender, once again, taking a look at what we have upcoming. Our next match is going to be VDT versus ITS. So 2 teams that are currently... well, I was gonna. What am
You were
I
about
talking
to
about?
flame, and then
I
you're
was
like,
about to, and then I realized
VDT
I was
is
talking about
owning.
the wrong team.
They're like
VDT is
3-1.
yes, VDT is currently at 3-1. ITS at 0-3. So gonna see another match there. See if VDT can advance into 4-1, which would put them in very good shape to actually make it into that top 4 spots of the group and secure the winner's bracket. ITS, if they're making a comeback, they gotta make it start right now. And guys, that match is going to be coming up here in about 20 minutes. So make sure to stick around for... Actually, hold on a second. No, that match is in 50 minutes. So we got a big break here. 50 minutes. Yeah, pretty significant one. So we will be going to a break and, of course, bringing you some more filler content. But, guys, don't go anywhere. Coldcast coverage of Dreamhack Summer 2013 continues with Beef and Sender right here at twitch.tv/ComplexityHawn.